Here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the Houston Texans and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening. But how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at the 31-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
First down, Houston.
The motion man is Tate. Mills now looks to throw on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense too, really, but they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 33. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand,
and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Levi Onwuzurike charging in and finishing off the sack.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
Another try after the first down sack. Mills. This will be caught just inside the 10. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, Mills. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you play on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. The Lions at 6-4 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Felder under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 12-yard line. They'll run right here with Swift. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 7-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw. Felder. And it'll be intercepted. And the Texans are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he fires one incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Felder. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
In punt formation for the Lions.
"35 yards that time on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
To number 80. A pickup of 15 yards. But it's now 3rd down.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Mills. He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Mills. That's going to be caught by Fryer. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. His tremendous season passing the football, it continues, Charles. That last throw puts him over 4,000 yards now on the year.
And he's still got the rest of November and all of December still to play. So to me, 5,000 yards, very much in play.
And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. He completes it to Tate. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Mills throw brought in by Austin. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
at the Lions' 22-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Mills. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, third down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Looking to throw is Mills. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage, Mills. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. Now Mills on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Back to throw. Felder. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Back to throw again. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing, Mills. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. 15 yards. The Texans pick up the first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. The motion man is Tate. Play action now, Mills. He finds Austin complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw, Mills. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Mills. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Mills to the air again. This is caught. Touchdown. Nico Collins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Felder. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is taken at the 23. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Texans will take over.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The motion man is Tate.
On 1st and 10, Mills. He's got it to Collins, complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a man open down the middle of the field and all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
First down, Texans.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Texans will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0.
Lions, nothing.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 25-yard line.
Mills now. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Open man there is Collins, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
And the Texans 1st down.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day.
With the score.
Mills on 1st down.
And he'll just get rid of it.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
A 2nd down throw for Mills. Throw right side, taken in by Collins.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line.
A gain of
Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
A gain of 3, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Working out of the gun, Mills. That's caught. He gets it out to Austin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Texans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Pulls it in at the 13. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
That's good for a Lions. 1st and 10 at the 42.
Operating from the gun, Felder. And this is going to be intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Mills. Allen's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Throw left side complete. That's Austin. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Texans first down.
A first down throw for Mills. And that one complete downfield to Allen. Touchdown, Houston. Keenan Allen with career touchdown number 70. And the Texans have 11-0 in their sights as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Texans 31, Lions 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. They don't get it all back there, but they do get 8, and it sets up a 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun, Felder. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson, finding room at midfield. Look at the big fella go. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit. They'll try to run with Swift. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after them right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. The motion man is Tate. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 39 yards there, a big one. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Mills. He'll let it fly for Austin. And this is caught. A huge play there for Houston. 41 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. Now you figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way.
And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there was a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense. And this is caught. Touchdown. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll work down inside the 45. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over. First down, Mills. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Texans tack on another score as they have dominated this fourth quarter. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
19 tight, 19 tight.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see.